can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. This that splash, this that drill. Yeah, yeah, champion, huh? Yeah, we here.
Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's the NFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Barkley, the ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're a back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off at the 39. And he will return this one to the... The 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Saints. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He had 6 catches in the wild card win, and that's his first one here in the divisional round, and it's a first down.
Saints.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. The option to pick it up, and he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
The score remains tied, 0-0.
So from nothing less there than chip shot distance, a tough miss from the right hash mark.
Well, this is just a wobbler. I mean, he knows he's got to get it going left, but that was right all the way.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you...
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off near the 26, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
At the 28-yard line.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away. And the Saints have taken the early lead. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
31-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan showing his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
No gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space, A loss results there.
Throwing on second down, Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming in the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now Jones. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Sheldon Rankins. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, Parker, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
They begin with a run by Barkley. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. From the gun, Jones. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Giants have taken the lead. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
On the return, the Saints take over first and 10 at their own.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And this one's incomplete. Adam Troutman, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants going to take over again on offense. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 2nd down.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Finding Harris over the middle. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
5-yard line.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Jason Sanders.
A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll set up to throw. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
25-yard line.
2nd and 11. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
To Alvin Kamara.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Saints have moved out in front. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, Jones, throw left side complete. It's Parsons. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And there he goes again. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
That's good for a Giants first down.
Ordinarily, 3rd down is a passing down, but how about that explosive run right there? And when you get a run like that, that means everything came together. Offensive linemen, they didn't just get to the first guys. They got to the second level to help downfield. And I've always said, any run over 7 yards means the wide receivers have done an excellent job blocking downfield.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the Saints' 26-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jones over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
At the Saints' 13-yard
to throw on 2nd and 6. Jones, catch made by Slayton. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Throwing Jones. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he stopped immediately there.
Ball carrier.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 6.
2nd down and goal. Jones, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. They showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley taking it in. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Get his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Here's Harris to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Saints take over 1st and 10. at their own 20.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Saints have moved out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round, and they need to come up with something as they get this drive started. That's complete to Slayton. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Now Saquon Barkley. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Yeah, this will be a Giants first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher, and all night long he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now, a huge 3rd down conversion. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the gun, Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Now after the play, oh man, it's Barkley who appears to be shaken up. He's down. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check three.
Operating from the gun, Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One of the feature points of the end route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. From the gun, Jones. Looking sideline, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Jones now throwing again, and he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Got a man, Slayton. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This ball complete. Jones to Ingram. And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
The ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
To number 35.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram there to make the grab. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch tomorrow.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'd like to avoid overtime here, so maybe they can work the sidelines, but then defensively, how do they adjust to that if they do work the sideline?
It's the old leverage game, and we usually talk about leverage at the line of scrimmage, right? Who's going to win with the low blocking and everything that goes along with that. But in this case, you're trying as a defender to leverage them towards the middle of the field, not let them get to the sidelines and try and tackle them inbounds in order to run the clock out.
Chess match here late. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
Touchdown, Giants.
I get and appreciate that they wanted to go for the win, not play for overtime, but that's the cost right there.
Not so sure their fans feel the same way as you when they just watch that ball get picked and taken the other way, and now they're down 6. Looks like it's going to be a loss for them, an absolute catastrophe when they tried to be aggressive.
Here's Harris to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as these guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 7. And time, a huge factor. This is where your playoff mettle is tested. On the road, needing a touchdown to stay alive as they've got it 1st and 10. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Back to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
They'll turn to Kamara. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
So now all eyes shift to the Giants, trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. A little under 30 seconds remaining. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. They'll look to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard. And now it's second down.
Second and 10.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Shut up.
He's back to throw. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him at field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT.
A 29-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out.
Tonight's final.
On both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that.
Because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say...
She like I mean...
That boy on the beat, so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the ones that just show up and don't put nothing in. You know the ones that lend their hand and want to see you win. When you come up on that lick, make sure you cut them in. And then, sometimes you need a foe, one to keep your eyes open, keep you on your toes. You know the ones that want to keep you where you've been before. But I can't go, no I can't go. And whoa, sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. Your chain, name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get, expecting up the back. In fact, you know, I sat down with my accountant. He said, I got good news and I got bad news. Okay. I said, what's the good news? He said, the good news is you made a lot. I said, what's the bad news? The bad news is you spent more. Okay. Look, sometimes you need the faith, sometimes you need to